Victims play a critical role in the proceedings at the tribunal. As witnesses, they contribute to the process of establishing the truth, both through assisting in the process of investigations and by giving testimony in court. In many cases, these acts require considerable courage on the part of the victim. To date, over 3,500 witnesses have had the opportunity to tell their stories by testifying before the judges of the tribunal. Through this, they have contributed to the creation of a historical record. The accounts recalled are frequently painful, but witnesses report a feeling of great relief at having the opportunity to face the accused and assist in the process of justice. This gives victims and witnesses a real sense that they and their communities are involved in the work of the tribunal and in the process of rebuilding their societies, as well as the promise that their experiences will not be overlooked or forgotten by the world.
Next exhibit, which is D73.
Accomplishing the worthy goals of justice and reconciliation will never be an inexpensive endeavor. But what must be remembered is that the tribunal's budget covers activities that would not be undertaken by any court in a national system. For example, the ICTY runs and manages its own detention unit, which holds both accused persons awaiting trial who are not considered good candidates for pre-trial release and convicted persons both awaiting the outcome of their appeals and assignment of a host country in which to serve their sentence. The ICTY also operates its own legal aid system for accused that are unable to pay for their defense.
We also have two legal assistants this morning.
Those portions of the records...
As an international tribunal, the ICTY must function in both the official court languages, which are French and English, but also in the languages of the former Yugoslavia, which are Bosnian, Serbian, Croatian, Albanian and Macedonian. A highly trained language staff is required to translate documents and interpret proceedings.
Upon which the parties rely.
Witnesses before the tribunal are assisted by the Victims and Witnesses Unit, which both administers all aspects of protection for witnesses and coordinates the appearances of witnesses, providing logistical and psychological support throughout the process for each witness. Other activities that fall outside the realm of normal national court are the coordination of a substantial amount of international travel, both to bring witnesses to the tribunal and to allow investigators to collect evidence and interview witnesses. While our mission remains the same, our tasks have changed. By concluding all investigations at the end of 2004, the ICTY has demonstrated its commitment to the completion strategy.
Appearances, please. For the prosecution.
Our attention is now fully focused on the conduct of trial and appellate proceedings. We are actively diminishing the number of tribunal staff and redeploying personnel into positions that directly support the trials.
They were, quite simply, the elite.
The tribunal has given a new dimension to the principle that its jurisdiction runs concurrently with that of the national courts by putting into place mechanisms for the transfer of some ICTY cases to national courts in the former Yugoslavia. This capacity-building effort, in addition to the tribunal's existence and own achievements, has promoted respect for the rule of law across the former Yugoslavia, which is vital for long-term stability in the region. The ICTY, in its commitment to finishing its mission as expeditiously as possible, is incorporating innovative court practice and emerging technologies. Cases relating to the same underlying criminal activities, for example, the attack on the Bosnian Muslim civilian population at Srebrenica, are being joined together. Joining cases is a method we intend to use whenever possible to save court time. At the same time, the ICTY remains committed to preserving all of the guarantees of due process. Joining cases is clearly more efficient, since the same crime-based evidence does not have to be proven repeatedly, and individual witnesses need only come to The Hague once to give their testimony. This saves considerable time and expense.
Could perhaps this 360 degrees photograph be turned slowly.
New technologies that allow court to work faster in its presentations and submissions are constantly being evaluated and implemented. The ICTY continues to redesign existing courtroom facilities for maximum utilization of time and resource-saving technologies and practices.
Radoslav Berjanin, please rise.
The accomplishments of the ICTY are measurable in the number of accused appearing in court and the number of judgments handed down, and in the thousands of court hours logged since our inception. To finish our mission, the completion of the cases of the indicted awaiting trial, we have taken every measure to quickly and efficiently operate the tribunal. Peace and justice go hand in hand. The ICTY is an integral part of the reconciliation of the countries in the former Yugoslavia. By supporting the work of the ICTY, the suffering of the victims of the Yugoslavian wars will not be ignored. The cycle of violence and hatred will be broken, and peace and prosperity will take hold in the region. By supporting the work of the ICTY, a clear and unchallenged message is sent that the time of impunity is over. The world will not tolerate the violation of established human rights, and that those who choose to ignore them will be held accountable for their crimes.
Come?